Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. That's what they needed right there. Force one here. Up to Chin, who throws it down. Minkler, good ball fake, gets to the 10. Count it and the foul. Two buzzer beaters to his credit, goes down the lane, double pump.
There it is.
Good! Another! And it's a steal by Soden. Soden to the rim. He's got the layup, and Bedford's got the lead. McGeady drives, Strand open. Three-pointer up and in. Wow. And they come up with a steal. O'Connell looking for the flush.
Make guys shoot twos.
Step back, Castro trying to tie the game. Juanena up the sideline, Castic way, double pump. Shot up and in! Up and in! Trying to find Bono. Mike with the steal! Mike is going to run up the clock! Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to the Gate City. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you, getting set for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Undefeated Nashua South, taking on Keene, the Purple Panthers, and the Blackbirds, as regular season play resumes after the holiday break. Both these teams have looked good early on. Nashua South, as I mentioned, unbeaten through 3 games. Keene right behind them at 2-1. And both teams were in action over the holiday break in exhibition tournaments. So, on one side, Nashua South, led by all-state scoring phenom Josh Caruso, against a Keene squad that brings back 4 of their 5 starters from a playoff team a year ago. This one could go either way.
I think so too. And I looked at the kind of what happened with the games, and you know, one game Caruso had only 16, they said, and a couple other guys took the scoring load. So guys are going to want to play defense and kind of contain him, right? Make everybody else beat you. But today, I think the biggest thing I'm concerned about is energy, right? They've been off for almost 2 weeks, everyone. They come back after playing some Christmas tournament games, but everybody slept till about 10. 11, 12, 1 for some of these guys, right? So how much energy will they have? And especially Keene having to come from where? Way far away. Sit through a JV game, a freshman game. They're waiting. We'll see.
Back in a moment with the tip-off. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Ready to roll. Week number 3 officially in the NHIAA schedule. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Keene and Nashua South here in Nashua as we welcome you inside the Belanger Gymnasium. A good crowd on hand, a good student section to our right, cheering on the home team. It's the visitors who win the tip, however, as Keene in their road blacks settle in here. A quick shot. Three-pointer won't go. It's Gus Smith on the offensive glass. That sets up another try. Kason Abbott can't get that one to fall either. And now a third opportunity perhaps on the way for Keene. 2 offensive rebounds early. Here's Will Fontaine, the team's leading scorer. An easy look there, but can't get it to work. And finally, the defensive rebound is cleared by Josh Tripp.
Patience, but still, you got to finish that one, right?
There's Tripp on the finish. Does it himself with the right hand off the glass to put the Purple Panthers out in front early 2-0. Coach Mazzaro on his feet early, watching the defense. A man-to-man look out of the gate. Keene taking their time with the diagnosis. Here's the senior Javon Messiah. He's going to pull the trigger himself and knock down the 3.
Confidence. That is confidence right there.
Messiah nearly 14 a game last year. And has really looked to improve his offensive game early on. There's a good step-through move. Count it for Josh Caruso. Nearly 28 a game for the senior a year ago. He's already a 1,000-point scorer. And he gets an easy look there.
Saw that already on the sign. They already have a banner up for him as a 1,000-point scorer. I'm like, already? That's pretty impressive already.
Yeah. 3-year starter and a first-team all-stater last year. Meanwhile, Keene nearly with a turnover. Yes, they do give it away. It's gobbled up by Aiden Clout, the junior point guard. Going to get square here, put it on the deck. Looks for a backdoor, finds Caruso.
There he is again. Like I said earlier, they're probably going to try and contain him best they can. You're not going to stop him, but you can only hope to contain him, Nick. You can't stop him.
Off to a great start with 5 points on 2 of 2 shooting. 2 minutes gone by. An early 6-3 lead for South. Keene trying to settle in here. Loose ball ends up with Messiah. Just to clear a little space off the dribble.
He seems pretty in control. Doesn't look like he gets too rattled early.
Fontaine's 3 won't go. And the ball ruled out of bounds. Dan Millay, the junior guard, with a good effort there for Keene.
Yeah, he had a rebound, just lost it. They are patient on offense. So I think Coach knows that South can score, a la that.
Here's Caruso for 3.
Right, they can score, so you want to kind of slow the game down, move the ball around, get good shots, good screen. They had a great screen early, screen and roll for a layup. They just missed it. But right here, look, trying to get screen and rolls. Dribble kick.
There's Smith up and under.
Good move.
That'll end a 9-0 South run. A good move along the baseline there with the right-hand finish. So Smith, it's his first 2. It's 9-5. Meanwhile, an open look at a 3 won't go. The ball ruled out of bounds.
Off the straps, Nick. We can't say structure today. We say straps. Look at that.
Strapped over the top of the glass.
Good look. Wide open look. They have other guys that can contribute, as we've seen and we read in the literature before the game. 29-point scorers, 24 points.
Meanwhile, Fontaine's scooper won't happen. Caruso trying to power out the other way. Pulls up in traffic for 3. That one in and out. Meanwhile, on the offensive glass is Tripp. Second try for the Panthers. Caruso and slicing move. That one blocked from behind.
Yeah, good block.
Loose ball in the corner. And this one will stay right here.
Oh, stay in the white. Oh, no. One official pointed one way, one pointed the other way. Boom. We're coming this way.
The officials now settle on Blackbird possession. So Keene basketball as we near the midway point of this first quarter. Keene trying to make this a 2-point game perhaps. A 1 possession difference with a bucket. Hear the defense chant from the Purple Panthers as they stay in the man-to-man. Meanwhile, there's Smith. A wild shot, a foul in the act.
Got bailed out. Got lucky. A left-handed kind of a scoop shot.
Send the junior guard to the free throw line for the first time.
Good drive to the basket. No
see
doubt
the foul
about
against Tim Stalevi, the senior, his first. And the first foul either way. First trip to the line for either team as well. Smith knocks down the free throw. First subs will come from the home sideline. Stavelli will sit. And Shane Lemire steps onto the floor. This one is short. Rebound belongs to Daniel Karavanich. We may say his name a bunch tonight. Sophomore had 29 points in the come-from-behind win on the road against Pinkerton. Meanwhile, Caruso, a knifing move, double punch, windmill shot won't go. Rebound for Kason Abbott, the football star for Keene. Massa pull up long two, short, offensive rebound, Gus Smith. Skip pass, ready to fire is Dan Millay. That three ends up with a high arcing miss. Rebound for Karavanich, his second. South the other way. Trying to work the back door again, and there's a foul at the iron as Caruso head to the line.
Yeah, he's looking to score right away, score early, score quick. And they're trying to get him the ball, too. So I think he feels pretty confident that what he can do against Keene, having played against them probably last year, knows what he can do. Similar players back from last year. We've seen a few that we saw a couple times last year.
As we mentioned, Keene, under head coach Ray Boulay, bringing back 4 starters. From a squad that went 11-7. Made the tournament, hosted a first-round game, but fell to Alvern. Keene did get their revenge in a win over Alvern last month, earlier this season, game number 3. That was a 59-48 final. 1-for-2 trip for Caruso. Got 8 of the 10 for Nashua South. Closing in on 3 minutes remaining first quarter. Abbott.
You're doing a good job with a lot of passing, cutting, screening, not standing. So if you pass the ball, you're either cutting, screening on the ball, screen away. So it's kind of
Smith,
a read and react.
Leaning scooper won't go. Good box out by Karavanich.
Again,
secure the rebound off the bounce.
Another rebound for Karavanich early.
Drive and kick. The sophomore Karavanich for 3. That one no good. And a foul on the weak side.
Good rebound, right?
Good Javon
rebound.
Messiah rebound. We get a whistle in the backcourt here against South. Coach Mazzarol again going to shuffle the lineup, as will Coach Boulay. Subs both ways. Keene brings on Rice Fontaine, the junior forward. So 2 Fontaines now on the floor. Will, the senior, and Rice, the junior for Keene. And Nashua South brings on Francisco Rodriguez. The sophomore has played well off the bench this season. That one wild in the lane. South trying to push the other way. Wraparound pass. And that one in and out for Rodriguez.
Got to use the glass.
Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Rice Fontaine. It'll stay with the Purple Panthers.
Nick, that's a tough shot. When you're that close, you have got to find the glass. Anything inside the free throw line.
Caruso, pretty good look at a corner 3, won't fall. Will Fontaine on the glass for Keene. Messiah the other way, pulls up a little short as a shooter on the wing. That 3 too strong from Abbott. Loose ball, ends back up with Abbott. And then he finds the cutter for 2.
Great pass. Boy, they really cut well. And frequently, they're constantly moving without the ball.
Meanwhile, inside goes Lemire.
One too many fakes.
Yep. Keene defense able to catch up, and now it's Abbott the other way. Blackbirds have trailed by as many as 7. A chance to tie or take the lead here. Messiah wants to lead. 3-pointer straightaway, no. Abbott offensive rebound, yes.
Wow. And look, a lot of times they're going to call that over the back almost, but he jumped straight up. Great rebound.
Meanwhile, Clow goes right to the tin. Ball ends up loose in the paint. It's scooped up by Smith. Keene the other way. Messiah going to slow it down. Bodied up here defensively by Rodriguez. That's got the South bench excited. Ready to fire is Hennessy. 3-pointer is short. Rebound collected off the bounce by Clout. And then a foul near midcourt coming against Keene.
Not sure we're looking for that last 3. I know everybody, they look like they play, Keene does, so that everybody can have an opportunity to shoot 3s. But again, I still think you should have some designated 3-point shooters and some guys that do other things really well.
That foul, by the way, was on Messiah, his first 2 team fouls each way.
Got to keep an eye on that because they need him, I think, in the game to kind of run the offense, bring the ball down the floor, keep things under control.
Here's Tripp with a slashing move, lost it on the way up.
Kneecap, off the kneecaps.
It's Keene ball. And a
Turnover.
rare first quarter turnover either way. Timeout on the floor just over a minute to go first quarter. We are tied at 10 here in Nashua. Our broadcast Brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you here from the Belanger Gymnasium at Nashua South. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. 2 D1 contenders. Tournament teams from a year ago. Both squads with winning records early on here as we kick off the month of January statewide tonight. South got off to a good lead. Rattled off 9 unanswered, led at 1 point by a score of 9-3. Since then, Keene has chipped away and have a chance here, Justin, to take their first lead. They will do so on a backdoor cut.
And that
scored
is
there by Gus Smith.
Exactly why they have taken the lead. It's patience, backdoor cuts. Really good offense. Really happy with the offense so far.
Meanwhile, a foul is called. That'll send Francisco Rodriguez to the free throw line. The sophomore with the offensive rebound. Hit on the elbow on the second try. So free throws coming.
I think he's a transfer. Trying to figure out where he came from. It says newcomer, Francisco Rodriguez. Newcomer.
Right-handed free throw is good. Meanwhile, Caruso will sit for the first time, along with Klauth. So both starting guards for now on the south bench. Friendly roll for Rodriguez.
He won't sit long. Caruso won't sit long. I'm going to give him, well, look, he's got 35 seconds left in a perfect time to rest. Quarter ends. He gets another minute. He's rested. You get him back in second quarter. Not in foul trouble, right? That patient offense again.
Smith in the lane. One rolls out. This one contested out of bounds. And last touch by the shooter.
That was close. That was close. Try to see what hand that was off. Oh, now we have a 1-3-1 full court Keene press. Containment. Let's see if they try and trap early or wait till they get down to the corners.
We have not seen the zone look yet from Coach Boulay. Inside of 10 seconds, first quarter. Quick three. Won't go for Lemire. Loose ball. Keene trying to corral it near midcourt. They're going to run out of time. That'll do it. 8 minutes in the books. Nashua South and Keene tied at 12 after 1. More in a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, 12-12 as we begin things here in the second quarter. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance, kicking off the month of January. Keene at 2-1. Nashua South trying to stay undefeated. They're 3-0.
Back to a man from that one. Maybe they'll press again, though, if in the full court on a made basket. Last up. End of the quarter, 1-3-1 full court press. And we got a little flex offense run by Nashua.
Caruso leans into a three. It rattles out. Abbott on the glass for Keene, his third rebound.
Abbott's a good rebounder. He's not very big, but he's
There's
a good
Jamal
rebounder.
Stanley down the lane fearlessly. Able to score it off the window despite a little contact. The junior forward just checked in. makes an impact right away to give Keene a 2-point lead. Drive and kick, ready to fire. Rodriguez, three-pointer.
Off the strap.
Again, ruled out of bounds over the top of the backboard.
The strap seems low all of a sudden, doesn't it? I guess it's not, but it seems low on a big bounce like that.
Got a good crowd tonight. Basically a full house. Even a few late arrivers still trickling into the gym. Two of Division I better playoff contenders. Here's a short effort by Messiah. Offensive rebound and then a foul on the way back up. Will send Jamal Stanley to the free throw line. Nashua South thought it was clean.
So did Justin Gorham. Thought it was clean too. He got a great rebound. Stanley did. Great rebound. If we look at it again, look, here's a really good rebound inside. Looked like a clean block to me.
Rodriguez hit with his first, and the team's first. Meanwhile, free throw no good for Stanley as it goes in and out. Both teams back to the bench. Abbott, leading rebounder for Keene in this first half, will get a well-deserved rest. We get our first look at Solis Berquist, another member of this junior class on the floor for Keene. Meanwhile, that one rolls out. Triple one-handed rebound for the Purple Panthers. 0 for 2 was Stanley there. Meanwhile, a quick shot results in a Stanley rebound. He's looking to power out. South retreats to a man-to-man. That's been the defensive look of choice throughout this first half for Coach Mazzarol. Messiah off balance, no. Tip, no.
Good controlled tip. Should have got a foul on the first one.
And now a foul is called. It's an offensive foul against the Blackbirds. Comes away from the basketball.
Take a look, maybe a bad screen, illegal screen. Maybe a push-off. About best I can think of was he pushed off to get open. You know, you kind of got to be tricky. Young players, you don't want to put your hand out. Use your shoulder, lean in, kind of push with your body, upper body, get open. Usually you won't get called for a foul unless the guy falls down. But, you know, who knows these days with the flopping situation.
Caruso, a runner. That won't go. Smith, another rebound for Keene. Both teams looking to break the second quarter ice here. We've been stuck at 14-12. Stanley follows his own miss. Keene will have another chance at it. Fontaine is cut off at the block. Bailed out again by Stanley, and now Messiah will look to re-trigger the offense. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Whips a pass down low, and Smith left it short. Finally, the glass cleared by Karavanich for South.
Couple of really good rebounds. Stanley in there jumping around. Good rebounding, good follow.
There's a spin by Clough. Fadeaway won't fall.
Couldn't get the ball to go in.
Reese Fontaine the rebound. Stanley trying to weave his way through two defenders. A jump ball is the call as Tripp ties him up.
Good defensive play by Tripp.
It'll stay here with Keene.
Stanley aggressive. Came off the bench right away. What do you see? Aggressiveness. Rebounding. Attempting to score. We have an issue here.
Yeah, the official's going to check something over at the scorer's table. Nearly 3 minutes gone by. Second quarter. Possession arrow favors Keene, so the Blackbirds will re-trigger here. Messiah pulls the trigger, knocks it down.
Wow, wide open.
That's his second from deep.
No hesitation.
6 points to lead Keene in this first half. Suddenly the largest Blackbird lead on the board here at 17-12.
We only have 3 threes made. He's made 2 of them. Caruso made the other one.
Clough looking for a man in the lane. Kick it back out. Caruso ready to fire, and this time has the touch.
Speaking of Caruso, there he goes again.
As you mentioned, his second from deep puts him in double figures now with a game-high 11. That also brings some energy to the south sideline. Keene, meanwhile, looking for spacing. Abbott gives up the dribble.
It's been pretty good so far. Like spacing now, pretty good.
Messiah for 3, around the horn and out. Karavanich's 5th rebound.
We've had a couple moments where that's a foul. He just got 2 right away. Came in and 2 fouls.
Stanley with the reach.
No, maybe not. Thought he had 2 fouls. He might just have 1.
That's the first team foul of the quarter against Keene. And just the first against the Blackbird junior, Jamal Stanley.
Keene, when they're in the half court, look really good when the spacing is good. Like you mentioned, spacing really good in the half court. But when they seem to get a little bit befuddled when the spacing is off. Sometimes guys are too close together in the same spot.
Trip for Karavanich, count it, and the foul.
Double clutch.
Well, Fontaine came soaring in, hoping to block that shot. The sophomore with a crafty kind of hanging move there to draw the contact.
We used to call the double clutch.
Yeah.
Like a double pump, double clutch. I like that. Good hang time. Tough shot.
3-point play.
Tough shot, and I don't think, even on the replay, I don't think he used the glass on that one either. A really tough shot.
First 3 points for Karavanich. It's been the game's high rebounder with 5. South retakes the lead, 18-7. 6 unanswered very quickly at the other end. Meanwhile, Messiah one-on-one, left his feet, turns it over. Caruso in traffic, going to elevate, and that one will count.
Blocking foul.
And the foul. Well, Caruso showing you the hang time. One of the state's pure scorers has looked good in this first half. 13 points, including that one there off the window.
Ooh, bringing in a big fella. Give Karavanich a break there with a big fella. Football team. I bet football team because the crowd went kind of nuts when DePaulo, right? DePaulo came in. 42.
That's the senior, Leo DePaulo. He's played well off the bench early in this season. We have not seen him yet tonight. Meanwhile, a reach-in foul. No, this is a... Yes, it is a reach-in foul against Keene. It's the third team foul against the Blackbirds here. 3:33 to go, second quarter.
Getting close to that free throw shooting 5 fouls in the second quarter.
Now, this one, if you're just joining us, has been back and forth. Momentum swings really both ways. We saw South build an early 6-point lead. Keene led just moments ago by as many as 5. And now South trying to make this a 2-possession game again. Out in front 20-17.
They run the flex offense, so a couple guys got confused, weren't too sure where to go. You'll get open if you keep running it and setting good screens.
Meanwhile, a foul is called. Tripp tried to go up and under. Fontaine got a piece of the basketball there, but may have gotten body as well. He's going to be hit with his second foul. That also puts Keene at the limit with now 5 team fouls. So bonus situation for the final 3:08.
And all of a sudden, what? 3-point Nashua lead. Bit of a swing there. Couple fouls, couple turnovers.
Tripp's free throw is good. 21-17. Tripp 3 points, 3 boards in this first half. Suffered an injury on the football field late in the season. Missed a little bit of time. Returned just in time for the quarterfinal round and the start of the basketball season. South looking again to force a turnover up top, and they will. Tripp goes to the floor. It sparks the break, and Caruso has the finish.
Yes, he does.
Timeout, Keene.
Good timeout call. You know what they did? It looked like they tried to make it, hey, I got a mismatch. I'm going to go one-on-one. We are not getting a timeout. What happened here?
Well, I thought we had a timeout coming from the Keene sideline. Instead, it's an official's timeout. As again, they stop in at the scorer's table.
Issues.
And we're ready to resume here inside of 3 minutes. Meanwhile, South has taken the largest lead either way at any point in this first half. A 7-point edge here at 24-17.
When Keene goes away from what they've done best, which is move the ball, run their offense, keep passing, keep moving, keep cutting, they do really well. They go away from that, it doesn't work out. Mismatch, I'm going to go one-on-one. Everybody kind of cleared out. He lost the ball. Didn't work. They're better the other way.
Meanwhile, Tim Stavelli called for the foul, a blocking foul along the sideline.
It's like a smaller version of Karavanich, by the way. I thought when he came out, I'm like, wait, They're not related, but they look the same. What's going on there?
Yeah, he's going to pick up his second foul, team second as well, and head back to the sideline. Keene, meanwhile, looking for points from outside. Abbott's three won't go. Offensive rebound for Stanley. It's been on the glass. Three-pointer up and in. It's Fontaine. His second field goal comes at a timely moment for Keene. They're back within 4 as we close in on the 2-minute mark.
Stay close. Keep the game close. Second half. Run your offense.
Here's Caruso. Knifing move. Gets a leaner.
And then, you know what? Figure out a way to stop him or contain him just a little bit.
And another Keene giveaway. Trying to score in transition is Rodriguez, and the sophomore makes it look easy.
Good sophomore coming off the bench.
Keene getting bit by the turnover bug here. Messiah one-on-one, pull up, no. Offensive rebound again for Stanley. Sets up a Fontaine three around the iron and out. Caruso on the glass for South. Final minute 25. The senior leans into a scooper, can't get the banker. His classmate Tripp on the glass, sets up a three out of the corner.
The big man.
For Karavanich. And now Coach Boulay will call a Keene timeout. The lead balloons up to 11 at 31-20 here with 1:17 to go before halftime.
It was 4 points about 45 seconds ago. Missed shots, turnovers. Boom. All of a sudden, up 11. Caruso just keeps going to the basket, shooting wide open threes. Karavanich, who we haven't seen shoot, I don't think he shot any shots except for, no, 2 shots. He's got the one double clutch and that three. It's only 2 times he shot the ball so far. So you got to figure out offensively, they're getting away from what they did early, and it worked. They get back to that, they'll be okay, get back in the game. Maybe cut the lead to about 5 or 6 before halftime. You'll feel pretty good.
Well, coming up at halftime, a look back at the first half, stats, highlights, analysis, a busy Friday night statewide as well. We'll get a look at the out-of-town scoreboard.
Yeah.
Still 1:17 to go, and Keene hoping to at least climb back within a single-digit margin before heading to the locker room.
You want some confidence, right, going in the locker room that you're there, and you got to make the adjustments. Like, how are we going to, like I said, contain Caruso and keep everybody else off the glass, wide open threes? Because when you start playing well, everybody becomes confident. Even guys that don't normally shoot well or shoot threes become confident and make shots. Karavanich had a nice-looking shot, though. Good stroke. I don't see any problem with him shooting threes.
Coming up on 1 minute remaining, first half. Three-point line won't work for Keene there. Good look for Bergquist.
They've gone cold. They're getting shots. It was a wide-open look. Good offense. Just got to make shots, right?
Here's Caruso. He's been the story in this first half with a game-high 17. Rodriguez switches to the right hand, left it short. Ball eventually ends up with Lundquist for Keene. Now Abbott trying to push tempo. Windmill shot won't go. Karavanich again on the glass. Final 25 seconds. Coach Mazarol approaching midcourt, wants a timeout.
Now what do you do? With 23 seconds, I'm taking the last shot. I don't know if they normally do that. He's a good coach, so I would imagine he's going to tell them last shot or layup.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not going to take a three. Don't take a three now. We always say go at 10. So when it gets down, the clock gets to 10. You attack, and that's kind of what they do anyway. They attack, kick, find Caruso basically for a wide open three or layup.
Of course, none of this new to Coach Mazarol. He's been on the scene for really the better part of a quarter century right here in this spot. Took the job young, guided what was then Nashua High School to the Division I, or back then Class L, state championship in 2002.
A long time ago. One school at one point, right? Then they built the copy school down the street.
Guided the Purple Panthers through the split.
Yep.
And, of course, has had some contenders recently as well. Guided the squad to the Final Four 2 years ago. And this group here with Caruso, one of the school's all-time scorers, sky is the limit as they look to exit the gym tonight at 4-0.
Absolutely. And we saw them last year in a game against Nashua North, and it might have been, maybe the second best game we saw all year against a Nashua North team that went to the finals and lost to Pinkerton in the finals.
Meanwhile, 5.7 seconds remaining and a 3-second violation is called here against Nashua South. It's a rare first-half turnover for the home team.
You don't see that very often, too. You don't really have a big guy on the block anymore, so
that'll leave Keene with a chance for the final three-point launch. No good off the back iron for Kaysen Abbott. And we've arrived at halftime. Nashua South, after trailing by as many as 5 in that second quarter, end up with their largest lead on the board at the break, 31-20. Our score after 16 minutes of action here in the Gate City.
Going to the locker room at halftime, if you are Keene and you just talk about adjustments, what did we get away from that was working well? But for the most part, they went cold. They made shots early, game was close. Now they're not making shots. Nashua South is playing really well. Their best player, they can't stop him. And they're getting rebounds, they're getting easier baskets, and they're shooting better at home. So, Keene's got a little bit of an uphill battle. 9 points isn't that bad. But the only way they're going to really win the game is if they're going to make shots.
Yep. Yeah. Coming up, a look back at that first half. Stats, highlights, analysis, full game recap, out-of-town scoreboard as well. 31-20, South over Keene at halftime. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Back here in Nashua, where Nashua South holds a 31-20 lead over Keene as we get set for the third quarter in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Two teams on the short list of contenders in Division I. South unbeaten through 3 games, and Keene at 2-1 coming into the gym tonight. Both teams held leads at different stretches in that first half. South, 1 point scored 9 in a row, and held a 9-3 first quarter lead. Keene, after some slow shooting woes, got going late in that quarter, tied the game at 12 after 1, and took their first lead early in the second quarter by as many as 5, 22-17. But a strong finish to the half for the home team. Coach Mazzaroll's club with their largest lead on the board here, with the third quarter set to begin 31-20.
And Keene had two shooting woes, like you said, 2 times during that half shooting woes. End of the second quarter, middle of the first, right? Did not shoot well at all. So, like I said, going into halftime, you can do all the things right that they're doing. They can run their offense right, and when they did, they got layups. They went away from getting the layups, right, and took threes, ill-advised threes, and they did some things that they, didn't do early when they kept the game close. Nashua South looked great. They shot well, ran their offense pretty well, had a little trouble with the flex. But otherwise, did things pretty well, and they shot well. That's why they're ahead by 9.
South will bring their starters back onto the floor. Purple Panthers led by the senior Josh Caruso. First team All-State selection a year ago as a junior. 17 points through the first 16 minutes tonight. Panthers go inside. Karavanich spinning. Shot won't go. Offensive rebound for Tripp. Dribbles out of a crowd. Hits the reset button.
Karavanich got hit hard, too, with the body. It was a good post move.
Caruso glides down the lane for 2 more.
And there he is again. Again, you got to find a way to contain him. Karavanich, though, they did a nice thing, interesting thing. I like to see that where they go old school, find a post man, found a mismatch, went inside. And
3 for Fontaine won't go. It's tipped out of bounds, though. Last touch by the defense.
Yeah, and he just missed. Good play. I think he got fouled, body foul. They didn't call it, but you don't see. How often do you see post play anymore either? Since last year, though, we saw quite a bit with the big fellow over at Pinkerton.
That's, of course, Jackson Marshall, the since graduated former player of the year. Led the Astros to the D1 title a year ago. Meanwhile, a good layup here. Fitch Hennessy, double-digit scorer a year ago, did not score in the first half. Waiting for him to get going. Meanwhile, 5th rebound for Fontaine off what should have been a layup there for South. Skip pass, sets up a 3 in the corner, and it's knocked down by Kaysen Abbott.
They needed that 3 to get them kind of back in the game, down 8. That's a good shot, wide open.
Abbott's second field goal. Long 3 here is an air ball, and a foul is called on the weak side rebound attempt.
Fontaine again with a rebound. Not a great shot in the corner. You find your shooters, right? Find your shooters.
Meanwhile, Tripp is hit with the foul, his second. So 2 fouls apiece for Tripp and Stavelli. Meanwhile, Keene down 8 with the basketball. A chance to make it a 2-possession game. Here's Stanley. Came off the bench in that first half. Able to float and bank that one to his right.
Started the second half. Turnover.
And now a foul in the backcourt. Klauth ended up on the receiving end of the contact there. Didn't matter.
Yeah, they called the foul, so we'll get a turnover and a foul.
Yep.
He's down kind of hard. Hopefully he's okay. Got up quick. Good quick timeout by Coach Mazzaroll, though. Kind of get everybody under control. All of a sudden, it's a 6-point game. So
South took pretty good care of the basketball in that first half.
Yeah, like 3 turnovers.
Yeah.
Right? Well, my math is not good, but I think
that's what I had.
3, right?
That's what I had. Keene only with 5.
Yeah, it's not bad.
On the other
Either side. Turnover-wise, not bad. Just like we said, a lot of missed shots on their part. But, again, come down and run your offense. What do? They ran their offense, got a layup. Ran their offense, got a wide open three. Stanley comes in off the bench. Maybe there's a reason he didn't start the first half. Late to the bus. Second half, what happens? He comes in, makes a nice move to the basket. I mean, they're in good shape. They're not down very many to a really good team here at home on a tired Friday night for most of these kids. So, yeah, it should be it should be down to the wire. I feel like it's going to be a close game down to the wire.
Well, just a 6-point gap now. Keene out of the timeout. Facing a man-to-man. You hear the defense chant from the home sideline. Hennessy looking to attack, nowhere to go. And now Fontaine loses control, but
they stuck their hand in there, got a piece.
Last touch by the defender.
See, a lot of times when you watch these guys, too, when they're running their offense, if you pass the ball and you stand, then you're not running the offense right. So coach is probably yelling at guys to move. When you pass and you move, cut, screen away, screen down, screen the ball, cut, something, or just relocate, right? And you run the offense right.
Messiah, pull up, no. Rebound to Clout. South in transition, trying to find somebody up the sideline, knocked away, then knocked down.
With a turnover.
And you're right. Give it back over to Keene. Little helter-skelter here to begin the second half.
A little chaos. Uncharacteristic of Nashua, though. See what happens here on the dive. He dives for the ball, a little incidental contact. Maybe a foul.
Three-pointer for Abbott. Trying to stay hot, and he does.
Wow.
Second from downtown. Abbott limited to just 2 points in that first half. Now Keene's high scorer with 8. His club back within 3. Meanwhile, Clout had it tipped away from behind, stolen up ahead to Messiah, who's going to push it.
Oh, my goodness.
A two-hand jam for the Keene senior.
Where'd that come from, Nick?
Timeout, Nashua South.
Wow. Wizard, we got to see that one again.
Well, Messiah did most of the damage from downtown in that first half, this time in traffic, able to elevate with the two-hand stuff.
He's a guard, Nick, a point guard, bringing the ball up, shooting threes, throwing it down two-handed on a Friday night here in Nashua South. What's going on?
Keene has really opened up this third quarter with a bang, less than 3 minutes in. Already with 12 points on the board.
Stormed back.
They have turned over Nashua South repeatedly, and you could see the slam dunk on his mind there with his eyes on the rim.
Absolutely. Might have got away, but, yeah, this is going to sound nuts. Might have got away with a double dribble. You see that other hand might have touched the ball on the dribble to the basket. But the dunk was so good it didn't matter. You got to leave it alone.
Okay.
I just wouldn't look. I wouldn't even looked at it. I don't mean to cut you off.
Right.
If I'm the ref, I'm just not going to look at that. I'm going to leave that alone.
It looked pretty clean.
Just leave it alone.
Meanwhile, 2 timeouts already expended here by Coach Mazzarol.
Well, got to stave off this run. Back with the press. What do we got now here? 1-2-2, it looks like.
Saw this momentarily in that first half from Keene.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to be in a 1-3-1. They just got a little confused on where they were supposed to be. Ooh, got away with the travel. Watch those feet.
Sal trying to settle in. Caruso wants the ball. Going to pull up for 3 and knock it down.
Did he give him a 3?
I believe so.
36, 30.
South back out in front, 36-32. A block at the other end.
Turnover.
And an offensive foul.
Going the other way.
Karavanich comes plowing into Hennessy, who had the feet in time to draw the charge.
Good defense. Way to get there. Yep. I don't know. Think he was there? Yep. I think he got there. I almost feel like sometimes, too, like you got to give him, he got there, but he got there kind of late. Those calls are so hard to make.
Meanwhile, foul inside.
Vanek with a little body foul. He didn't get one down here, but he gave one up over there. He should have got that call. Same call. First half down below.
Fontaine to the free throw line. Second foul against Karavanich. And already the 4th team foul here against Nashua South.
Look at it, though. 4-zip. coaches usually say you'll complain when you see such a disparity in fouls. You'll 4-0. Hey. I've seen games where it's been 10-0, like in the old days when you get to 10 fouls. I've seen 10-0. Then you say something, and the rest what they'll do is they look, and they'll look up and go, oh, no, we're doing something wrong. So let's see if we can fix that. Then they'll automatically start to call more fouls.
Wow, Fontaine, 1 for 2 trip. That one rattled in and out. Tripp in a little bit of trouble trying to dribble his way out of a double team. Finds Caruso, finds another 3.
You got to guard him. Don't leave him open for. You play that hard defensively. You're pressing. Don't leave him open for a wide open 3.
He's got 4 from deep now. 8 in the quarter, 25 in the game. Meanwhile, a layup there.
Way too easy.
As you said, too easy for Fitch Hennessy. All 4 of his points have come in this third quarter. We hit the midway point, 39-35 South. Tripp into contact, and a foul is called as Hennessy knocks him to the floor.
He bailed him out on that one. He knew they got beat. He really didn't even try to cut him off. He just fouled him and moved along.
Hard landing there for Tripp.
They kept pressing though. To try and dribble dribble around a 1-3-1. You got to move the ball. You got to pass the ball. Back and forth. What's open? Deep corners are open in a 1-3-1 trap, full court press. So you might have to throw the ball a little further, but you can throw deep corners, right? Middle, flash middle. Even though there's a man in the middle, they still, sometimes guys don't cover the middle. It's just kind of the way presses are. You just got to make sure you get there.
Tripp 1 for 2. 5 points, 5 rebounds for the senior. A 5-point lead for his team inside of 4 minutes, third quarter. Messiah step back 3, back iron miss, offensive rebound for Lemire. Up ahead Caruso, and his 3 is blocked by Messiah.
Good block.
Keene gets to the loose ball. Hennessy hits the gas. He's got a shooter. Messiah pump fake, 1 dribble, 3 up and in.
Yeah, he good. Just a couple, but now all of a sudden you got that dunk. His confidence is soaring after the dunk, I'm sure, even though he missed the prior 3 to that. It was a great
He's in double
block.
figures now with 11. Meanwhile, Caruso is called for an offensive foul.
Another offensive foul. And that one, he didn't get there all the way. He kind of slid off that. I don't know. Let's take another look. Yeah, that fell a little bit early.
You can hear Coach Mazzarol saying that was a flop.
It was. He fell early. You can kind of see it on the replay. Fell a little early. He wasn't straight in front either. He was off to the side. Again, like I said, though, those are tough calls.
First foul against Caruso. Inside of 3 minutes, third quarter. Keene looking to tie the game with a 2. Instead, it's a miss in the lane, a loose ball, and a foul is called in the backcourt against the Blackbirds.
We'll give Rodriguez a rebound on that. He worked hard and he got fouled. He had the ball. He got it knocked away on the foul. Yeah, charges, what do you have to do? You have to look at the feet. I have refs, so you got to look at the feet. You got to look at the body. You got to make sure he gets there. There's a lot to look at. Make sure you're straight on, because he wasn't really straight on the contact. Not to say you can't knock a guy down by hitting half of him. You can.
Caruso looking to stay hot, and he does. Another 3-pointer.
Right? Is he at 5?
It's been a blistering assault. 5 made threes, now 28 points. Still 2:20 to go in this third quarter.
And yet they're only down 5, and he's hitting.
There's a 3. Stanley, too strong. Offensive rebound. Smith back to Stanley, who attacks the glass.
Good rebound by Smith. Good shot by Stanley. He's bouncy too. I wouldn't be surprised he gets a breakaway. He's throwing it down.
Smith with 5 rebounds.
A lot of body there. A lot of body. Look
at that. Advantage, couple of pivots. Bank attempt, no, and then look out.
A lot of body. Twice, and then he smashed him in the face.
Yeah, you saw Hennessy take
he was angry.
What looked like the basketball to the nose there a moment or two after the whistle.
Here, Vanek took 2 shots. He gets fouled twice. No call.
Well, they're going to get
1, 2, then he calls it. Then I get fired up as well.
They're going to get Stanley with the foul. That's his second. It's the third team foul against Keene.
And now look, all of a sudden it's 5-3. It was 4-0 a minute ago.
And more contact here. This time the officials let it go.
Yeah.
And it's a turnover for Nashua South.
Stanley got away maybe with a little push. Wasn't a great pass, though. Watch.
Meanwhile, the crowd has really become animated here as well.
They're fired up. Not a lot of calls right now going their way. Although the Caravanic got the last one.
Meanwhile, Hennessy off the dribble.
Look at that.
Going to wave off the shot, a foul first on the floor.
That's a shot. That's on the shot.
Well, again, ruled on the floor. As again, this game has taken on a physical quality here in this third quarter.
Call it going up. Look, now he's...
Now they change it. You were right, Justin.
Shooting. He said on the floor. The other guy's got him shooting. The baseline official made the call and said on the floor. Oh, man.
So the officials get together. They get the call right.
Yeah, that's the right. That is the right call.
That's the right call.
Absolutely.
Hennessy takes advantage of the free throw. Had a big third quarter, 5 points after a scoreless first half. More importantly, his club, after trailing by 11 at the break within 2. Free throw won't go, kept alive along the baseline by Smith. But taken the other way by South. Meanwhile, the trailer is Tripp. He's going to attack off the dribble, and again an offensive foul is called.
That's a turnover as well. When you do that,
Coach Mazarol upset. It's again Hennessy who draws the charge.
He did get there. He's there.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Yeah, right. And if there was that imaginary half circle underneath that we're going to say, for here, I think he was even outside that.
Yeah.
He actually was in a good spot. They're just trying to get him. They know that they're going to drive and attack the basket. So if you're waiting for him, you got to. What do? You have to adjust.
Pull up Hennessy, 15-footer, no. Stanley tried the second putback, won't go either. Meanwhile, Caruso trying to find space on the three-point line. He's fouled in the act.
He's shooting three.
Well, you see there the step back, the quick release, and a foul on the release. Caruso with a game-high 28, a chance to crack 30 here at the free throw line.
Let's see if he can go 3 for 3. We don't try and jinx that, knock on the hard wood of my cranium. But did you see what happened, though, with Keene? They went away from what they've been doing well, and what they do, dribble around, chuck up a 3. Don't move, pass, and cut. They just decide, well, I'm going to dribble and go one-on-one and chuck up a 3. They're better when they're moving and cutting. Oh, I tried not to jinx
jinxed him.
Tried not to.
Caruso.
Very rare. Make 3
just
out of
2
3.
for 5 at the line tonight.
Yeah, that's a little bit surprising. As good a shooter as he is, I don't know what kind of, what his free throw percentage is normally. You should ask Coach if they win. We'll ask Coach at the end of the game.
Yep.
Is he normally that kind of free throw shooter?
In and out.
Oh, thought the jinx was going to reverse it.
Still got 29 despite the 4 free throws that were missed.
Wow,
Runner there for Hennessy won't go. Caruso out of a crowd for South. He's got a man ahead, and it's Lemire who comes crashing down again. That one rolled off the rim, but 2 free throws on the way for Shane Lemire, the sophomore guard.
Yeah, see, Keene just taking too many tough shots. Length of the floor dribble, right-handed, left side throw. That's a tough shot. A very tough shot.
Lemire, his first point tonight. Meanwhile, again, Caruso, final minute, third quarter, going to get his rest. 52 seconds to go. Expect to see him back in the fourth. Meanwhile, Lemire, 2 for 2.
Yeah, did the exact same thing in the first half. You get an extra minute.
5-point game, final 45 seconds. Keene trying to make it a one-possession game again. Hennessy to the rim, runs into trouble. Caravanic got a piece. Rebound ends up with Bruno Goncalves, who just came on. Meanwhile, Clough having trouble in the backcourt, trying to go behind the back and split a double team. Bodies on the floor. A whistle, and what do we have? We have a timeout first. Timeout, Keene.
That's a 10-second violation. Sorry to interrupt. I don't know what they...
It avoided the 10-second call with the timeout.
I didn't even see them call timeout. I don't know what happened.
Yep, timeout Keene. Coach Boulay with a heady play there from the sideline. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in Bedford, Londonderry, and Epping. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. And finally, by the New Hampshire Tomahawks. Showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit nhtomahawks.com and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Nashua South, they've led most of the way, led by 11 at halftime. Keene able to come back within 2 in this third quarter, trailing here with just under 29 seconds by a score of 46-41.
And I'm befuddled. If he called timeout, Keene called timeout, they had a 10-second. They were going to get a 10-second violation.
Oh, you're right.
They were playing defense.
You're right.
Why would he call timeout?
Well, maybe they happened simultaneously. Either way, South with the basketball for the final 20 seconds.
Last shot. I'm hoping for the last shot. Caruso may not take the last shot.
They get him in the game, and they get the ball in his hands. 10 to shoot.
Now you got to attack right now.
It's a one-on-one here against Messiah. To his right, the gallop into the lane, but no. They have a foul against Keene on the floor first with 4 seconds remaining.
That's free throw time.
And both teams in the bonus, so Caruso will head to the free throw line.
Who did he call that foul on? Just out of curiosity. Was Messiah?
It's on Messiah, his second.
Okay. I thought he played pretty good defense up there at the top. A little body, but
a lot of whistles in this third quarter.
Oh, man.
Caruso's got an even 30 as that free throw rolls home. As you mentioned, playing in the shadow of his 1,000-point club banner.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Very rare you see a player still active in his career.
Right.
After scoring 1,000. Meanwhile, this one knocked away. Good jump on the ball there from Rodriguez. It leaves Keene with 1.3 to shoot here. Final second and a third of the third quarter.
Yeah, he just gets after it. He can score, no doubt. Shoots, goes to the basket.
Hennessy catch and fire. 3 up and in.
Whoa, who called that? I called that one.
You saw it was lined up perfectly from our angle here in the corner of the gym. And it cuts the South lead in half at the buzzer.
Holy
which sets the stage for a one-possession game in the fourth quarter. 47-44 as we head towards the finish line. Right back for the fourth quarter in a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Nashua. Keene, after trailing by 11 to begin the third quarter, they're within 3. Knock down a 3 at the buzzer. They get to, in a sense, double up here as they have the first possession of this fourth quarter as well. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Keene has played from behind most of the night. They'll have a chance to crawl back even further here with Fitch Hennessy heading to the free throw line. Hennessy, man with the buzzer beater to his credit, all 8 of his points tonight came in that third quarter. And it's a chance to stay hot in this second half at the free throw line.
Yeah, and if he's shooting shots like he just did there, that's actually a pretty good shot. He saw a mismatch size-wise. They ran their offense a little bit, passed the ball around a couple times, and then, on the roll off the pick, he had a nice look where he could kind of attack and take advantage of a smaller player. You got to pick your spots, though, right? You got to pick opportunities that come that aren't difficult shots in the flow. Nashua's going to have to really step up defensively here to kind of hang on right now. The momentum has shifted just a tad.
Yeah, South built up that 11-point lead with a run just before halftime. Keene able to chip away in that third quarter and are within one here at 47-46. This ball slapped away by the Blackbird defense.
Yeah, that should have been a foul on that one. If we watched the replay, that should have been a foul.
It's been a scrappy game. Meanwhile, off the cut, good layup there for Shane Lemire.
Great cut, good bounce pass.
Sophomore with 4 points.
Timely
all since
basket.
halftime.
You can see they spread the floor out. I want to go one-on-one. Let's just spread the floor.
Stanley into the lane, drive and kick. Messiah, skip pass.
Well,
extra feed into the corner, and there's that ball movement you're talking about. It results in a three out of the corner for Kaysen Abbott, his third from deep. He's in double figures now for Keene with 11.
And we have a tie, Nick. A tie.
49 all. Caruso, elbow J, won't go. Offensive rebound trip. It's been the high man on the glass tonight for Nashua South with 6 rebounds. Lemire, the sophomore, steps into it too. Won't go. Hennessy with the rebound, but throws it away. Stolen by Lemire, a rare second half Keene turnover.
Only a couple.
Coach Mazzarol raises his left arm and calls out the play.
There's the flex. They really stopped the cut. There's another cut. Look at the cut. So you got to screen down. You get wide open shots.
They go to the mid block. Karavanich spins to his left. Wild banker off the glass and a foul on the rebound against Nashua South.
Karavanich taking a beating in the paint. Now, doesn't say much. You know what? That shows he's mature. He doesn't say much when he gets hit. But he got hit on 2 or 3 of those moves down there on the block. I like to see a big guy on the block, though, doing something. That's awesome.
He's had his big games already this season. 29 and a come-from-behind win over Pinkerton back in game number 2. Tonight, he's had his flashes. 6 rebounds, 6 points, working on a double-double here in this fourth quarter. 2 minutes gone by. 49 apiece. Keene looking for their first lead since about midway through the second quarter.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of points, Karavanich, but he's played good defense.
Hennessy for 3 is going to give Keene the advantage.
And I'll tell you what, you better get a hand up on him right now. He's feeling it.
He was scoreless in the first half. He's got 13 now in the game.
All right, some guys, all of a sudden, you make that long distance end of the quarter shot. What happens now? The basket looks gigantic.
Cloth, good pivot, fadeaway for the point guard, won't go. Kept alive by Lemire, and then a foul under the basket against Keene. A little bit of a grappling match there between Stanley and Caruso.
Got to box out. Stanley's on the inside. Instead of that boxing out, he gets that ball.
Stanley has played well. I thought he came off the bench.
He came off the bench in the first half, started the second half.
He's done a great job on the glass, and now he draws the tough assignment as well, trying to guard Caruso, who gets free here on a 3. Won't go from the corner, but there's Tripp on the offensive glass.
Big rebound.
Josh Tripp, 6 points,
easy layup.
8 rebounds.
Easy layup. That was Fontaine as you were writing that down.
Will Fontaine, his first field goal since halftime. Back and forth we go. This one rolls in for Tripp.
Tripp again. Rebound, basket. 1 point. Man, I'll tell you, we talked about this was going to come down to the wire at the end of the game. Look how close we are.
Is approaching double figures with 9. 1 point game. Nearing the midway point, fourth quarter. Stanley down the right side of the lane, gets the banker to go with the right hand.
Tough shot. That is a tough shot.
8 points, 5 boards, and now a steal for Stanley. Finds Abbott, who misfires on the wing 3. Caruso off the bounce secures the ball for the Purple Panthers. 4 minutes to go, fourth quarter. South trailing by 3, largest deficit of the second half. And a foul here is, see a reach in. Yeah. Yep, they're going to get Messiah with the reach in. Got his left hand, as you say, caught in the cookie jar.
He did. He was going to reach. He got it, knocked it away, but. Oh, that's pretty good.
Three-pointer, Caruso, another.
One guy you don't want to leave open.
His sixth from downtown, 33 for the senior Josh Caruso.
33. Got to get a hand up. Make him drive. You know, if I'm coaching, I'm like, you got to make him drive. No more threes. Give up a 2, but not a 3.
Messiah going to pull it back out.
There it is. Good cut. See, when they screen, they cut.
Caruso gambles. That leaves Abbott open for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound, a trip.
Thought that was going in from our vantage point again.
Yeah, he's been hot himself. 3 made threes and was able to get square on that one.
Got a mismatch inside. Garavanek.
Guarded by the shorter defender, Abbott.
Significantly smaller.
Well, Caruso off the drive. Had it sent back, but a foul first against Will Fontaine. You could see the youngster not happy with the call.
Yeah, it looked like a good block. Maybe a little body, but I think that's what he called body foul. But up top, it looked clean.
Comes with just over 3 minutes to go.
Ooh, wow. Not much there at all.
That's a tough one for Fontaine to swallow. That's his 4th.
Should be tough. And it didn't. Not much
Coach
contact at all.
Boulay goes to the bench here. He's got a sub over at the scorer's table. Caruso knocks down the free throw.
It's only his third.
And Gus Smith does replace Fontaine in the Keene lineup. Caruso makes it 2-point.
And Smith has played well. You bring Smith in. I think, right, Smith has 7 points and 6 rebounds, so he's played well. You're not really losing much when you take. When the other guy had to come out, and when Fontaine had to come out, you're not losing much.
Keene showing patience here. 2:40 to play. Messiah. The trip on him. Now Stanley looking to attack Caruso. Spins to his left. Right-hand shot, no. Follow-up blocked. Loose, back out to Messiah.
Beautiful spin move. Got to finish.
Messiah again going to pull it out with a left-hand dribble.
A little too much dribbling if I'm coach. A little too much.
And this one off the fingertips of Abbott and turned over.
It's only the 3rd turnover, I think, of this half. I could be off by 1 or 2.
Both teams have taken pretty good care of the basketball tonight. Abbott just took his eye off it.
He did.
And a big turnover here gives South possession. Home team by 2 with the ball as we approach 2 minutes to go, fourth quarter.
Now they have the lightning quick Stanley guarding the scoring machine Caruso. See if that makes a difference. If he doesn't get screened, they got to switch. Just switch everything and just don't let him get open.
Karavanich looking for Caruso on the back door, and it's out of bounds. Turned over
fired
off
up Mazzarol, but
the fingertips there of Caruso. You can see Coach Mazzarol dramatically.
Yeah, I think that's
trying to influence the call. The official's not going to change his mind.
That was off Caruso's hand. Actually, a pretty good call. I thought that could have been tie goes to the runner, or tie goes to the home team.
So Keene forces a turnover. Get the ball back. Now a 3 for Abbott. In and out, no good. Caruso on the glass. South gets the stop they wanted. The clock is down to 90 seconds. Still a 2-point game.
Close. Maybe Nashua decides to hold the ball for the last 1:23 at this rate. As much scoring as we have here in the second half, might want to decide to not shoot the ball and just shoot some free throws.
Well, that's certainly an option, as we know. No shot clock in the NHIAA.
No, you can go as long as you want.
Now a foul is called.
You want to make sure you know who you're fouling too, right? Foul some guys that don't get a lot of free throws, but you got to get this next one's got to be quick with 1:04, right? You got to get them at the 1-on-1 situation.
That's the 4th team foul, so the next one will be a bonus situation. 1:04 to go. Foul on Smith was his third.
And they brought Fontaine back in the game.
Here's Caruso against Abbott.
So you got to foul somebody. You can't wait too long.
Caruso goes around Abbott, kicks to the corner, back to Caruso. Meanwhile, down to 50 seconds. Here's a double team.
Yes, they're waiting too long.
Way too long. A little bit of a keep-away situation now. Lemire in the corner is tagged up.
Yeah, we waited
and fouled with
so
45
long.
seconds remaining.
19 seconds before they fouled. If my math is correct, and it usually never is, I'm pretty sure that's 19 seconds they waited.
That is the 5th team foul. So a 1-and-1 on the way for the sophomore Shane Lemire. He's had a big second half.
He's 2 for 2, right? So
he's 2 for 2 at the line.
I'm fouling perhaps someone else.
That one rattles in and out.
Good foul. Being down 2, good foul.
Stays a 2-point game.
And you don't need, if it's 2-point game, it's 3-point game, you don't need to go down and get a 3 either. You just get a 2 and foul again. You know, regular basketball. Let's go back to how you normally play. Get a 2, foul. Get a 2, foul.
One more for Lemire. Back iron miss, follows the miss, and draws a foul against Stanley.
No. Wow.
Heady play by the sophomore Lemire. It's going to send him right back to the free throw line. Meanwhile, Coach Boulay is upset on the Keene sideline.
I don't know
Stanley
if
may have just fouled out.
That's 5 fouls just, wow, really? Didn't know he had 5. I don't think he knew he had 5.
Yeah, I didn't know either. That's a big blow for the Blackbirds as Jamal Stanley, the junior, has fouled out 8 points tonight, 5 rebounds. Gus Smith is right back in the Keene lineup, joining Messiah, Hennessy, Fontaine, and Abbott.
This is their original starting lineup. And Stanley started the second half, right? I believe this is their starting lineup.
I believe you're right. Free throw for Lemire.
Making up, missed the last couple. There you go.
59-56. Back iron miss. Rebound Smith for Keene. And a foul against Lemire.
They only have 2 fouls, so they don't want to foul. You don't want to put them at the free throw line.
Meanwhile, timeout on the floor. 42 seconds. Coach Mazzarol, a few things to address here. His club with a 3-point lead after what's been really a back-and-forth night for both these teams. South, if you're just joining us, had an 11-point lead. That was the high water mark for either side, 31-20 at halftime. Keene basically erased that margin right away early in the third quarter. Blackbirds at 1 point held a 2-point lead earlier in this fourth quarter. Now with 42 seconds, it's a 3-point edge for South. They've been led tonight by senior Josh Caruso, 35 points in the home opener of his senior year here. Remember, South, they played their first 3 official games on the road. Tonight, their official home opener.
That's strange to
and
play
Caruso, as expected, has had a big night tonight with 35 points on 6 made 3-pointers.
Yeah, wants to make sure the fans get a good show, make sure they know who's in their house, right? He owns the house right now as far as scoring goes. He's the man. In fact, he's the man in Nashua altogether for scoring in terms of basketball out here. So if you're Keene, too, you don't need a 3 right away. Just get a nice 2, get a layup, and then foul somebody else. Maybe try somebody else. Some guys that maybe haven't shot free throws, like Stavelli hasn't shot any free throws for Nashua. So you're looking kind of, foul some of those guys. Tripp is 3 for 4. I wouldn't necessarily foul him. You could foul Lemire again, but he's made, 3 of 6, but that's not great. But
Keene with the basketball, down 3. South at a man-to-man that's been the look all night. Hennessy to the rim, count it, and the foul.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Old school, go to the basket, and 1 free throw time, you got to make the free throw.
It's been a huge second half for the senior Fitch Hennessy. Scoreless at the break, 15 points since, and a chance for an all-important 1 more at the line to tie this game. Foul, meanwhile, goes against Nashua South's Tim Stavelli, his 3rd and the team's 4th. Free throw is good, and we are tied at 59. Timeout. It comes here with 30 seconds.
Oh, man alive.
Now, Keene, they're no stranger to the extra sessions. A double OT affair to open the year against Merrimack. They prevailed.
They're seasoned.
At home. That final score was 72-68. Then just a one-possession loss on the road at Memorial. 61-58 was that final. They got revenge against Alvern after losing to the Broncos in the tournament last season. They beat Alvern at home this year, 59-48. So should we see overtime, Keene certainly would be no stranger to that situation.
No, they're ready for that. But if you're Coach Mazarol, you kind of want to. I don't know. I'm a guy. I don't want to wait and maybe allow overtime. I want to run my offense. I want to maybe try and go inside and get an easy two-footer. Use your size. Use a backdoor screen or a backdoor cut off a screen. Full court man press. But if you're Keene too, you don't want to foul either. If you foul, you could give the game away. Just play good defense, right?
Well, into the front court comes South. They are able to beat the Keene man-to-man press.
And don't lob the ball, ever.
Takes the game clock now inside of 15 seconds.
Right.
It's Caruso near midcourt, and a timeout comes from the home sideline. Coach Mazarol is going to hit the reset button with 12.5 seconds remaining, hoping to draw up the winning play in the huddle.
So that's the thing. Do you have a play that you guys have already practiced? It's early in the year. We've already talked about lack of practice time here in this state, although now with open gyms you can do a lot of practicing. Do they have a play already that they've practiced, which you should do? You should have last-second plays that you've practiced, and you can go, all right, I have to call this one, and this is going to get us at least a good shot at the basket. Now, you have the best scorer right now probably in the state. He's a pretty good one-on-one player. You go high screen, attack the basket, spread the floor out, you get an easy, maybe a layup and a kick for a two-footer, a 1-4 situation with maybe a post player coming up for a good screen and roll. Do you go at 10? Do you run your offense? Do something different? To me, it looks like they want him with the ball in his hands. That's why he had it when they called timeout. So I'm curious to see if they have a play, or did he have to draw one up? If you drew one up now, it's very difficult to pull off because you haven't practiced it.
12.5 seconds. Bonus situation here. Game tied at 59. Nashua South will have Tripp, the inbounder. Throw it into the backcourt, and it's stolen. Hennessy to the rim, missed the layup. Caruso the other way. Down to 5 seconds. Caruso up ahead, Karavanich. Finds Lemire. The two won't go, and we head to overtime. A wild finish to the fourth quarter. Both teams kicking themselves a bit.
Oh, no.
We see the turnover. It leads to the layup there for Hennessy. A great defensive gamble.
Easy
but
one,
the
right
senior
here.
cannot capitalize with the right hand from the left side. South quickly goes the length of the floor to set up a potential game winner of their own. But the sophomore Shane Lemire cannot cash in from the baseline.
Tough shot, though. That's a 13-footer, no angle. Again, that's like I said in the beginning of the game. If you got to find an angle glass or two-footer, they had it. Karavanich had an opportunity to shoot a two-footer there and get a foul, and I think he decided to kick it out. But both teams had opportunities to win the game, or at least put it in a situation where you're ahead by 2, right? I don't know what kind of time. That shot right there would have probably won the game, but the last one could have put them up by 2.
Both teams are tasked with, quote-unquote, putting it behind them, right? You got to now focus on the overtime session.
Because it's now 0-0 again, right? We're starting over, essentially.
4 minutes on the clock.
Up there.
Yep, 59 apiece. And again, a 4-minute overtime session on the way here from Belanger Gymnasium. It's been fun. Nick Anastas along with Justin Gorham. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. We head to overtime. Keene at 2-1 on the year. South at 3-0, hoping to stay unbeaten. Abbott for 3, short from the wing. Offensive rebound, Fontaine. His 8th board tonight. Keene with another chance. Abbott, pick and roll. Leaves it for Fontaine. Tees up a three. In and out, no good. And the glass is cleared for South by Caruso.
Yeah, I'm going to give Fontaine that shot. Some other guys, you need to make sure you get a hand up, right? Give him that shot, box out, go get the rebound. Now remember, foul situation, it's 5-4, so we're still shooting one-on-one. Right there's an example, 1-on-1.
It's a foul on Abbott. Guilty of the wraparound there, trying to deny the bounce pass. Got tangled up with Lemire. That'll send the sophomore to the free throw line. As we know, the fourth quarter foul tallies carry over into overtime.
So that's 6.
Yes.
No, 6.
Yes.
He called 2 shots. What?
Oh, you're right. It's 7 then.
So
it says 5 on the board, but that's because I think the board caps out at 5.
No, that foul situation can go to 10.
Right.
So why? I mean, but what I don't understand is though, if you got even if it's when does it go to double bonus?
7.
7. So that's 7 fouls.
Yes, that's what I mean. I don't think
Oh,
this particular scoreboard can go above 5 in the team foul department.
maybe they have it set weirdly or something like that because they can.
Either way,
strange.
1 for
7?
2 trip
Oh no!
means it's a 1-point game. As Lemire hits the first and misses the second.
Yeah, when they showed
Keene
the
wants to
5,
lead. Messiah
no.
for 3. Won't happen from the wing. Loose ball. Looks like was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Keene. A heady play there by Tim Stavelli
Yes.
to throw it off the leg of the opponent.
Sort of a rebound slash. Yeah, throw. That was good. And now they're right now relying on just shooting threes too. They need to attack the basket again, like they did. You know, the last one that they missed. Attack the basket. Don't just try and win games on making threes.
1-point edge for South. Looking for breathing room here with just inside of 3 minutes to go in OT. Down the lane, trip, and a foul at the iron.
Good foul. Good call, good call. Got him on the arm.
Fontaine, I think, just fouled out. As the senior, the disappointed look on his face, started to make his way to the Keene bench.
Yeah, he's rebounded well, played pretty good defense, but that was a foul.
Looks like he's going to finish just shy of a double-double, 8 points and 8 rebounds. As he does foul out here, Coach Boulay goes deeper into the bench. As Reese Fontaine, we saw him briefly in the first half. He's back on the floor.
Dual Fontaines.
Fontaine the younger.
That's right. That sounds like Game of Thrones. Fontaine the younger.
Meanwhile, Tripp, he's played well tonight, Justin.
Yes, he has.
4 points in the first half and 6 cents. 10.6 rebounds.
He does a lot of dirty work. Rebounds, plays good defense, bangs around inside.
And 2 clutch free throws there. 2 for 2 here in overtime.
He's a tough kid.
62-59. Hennessy off the dribble to his right. Gets that one to roll.
There, he got that one to go in.
1-point game again.
See, that's how they have to keep doing it. Attack the basket, get layups, don't worry about shooting threes, and don't foul. You don't want to keep putting them at the free throw line. Now they have 2 shots on every single foul. Next one, though, they're in the bonus as well. So if Nashua fouls, Keene's in the bonus as well. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold the ball for 2 minutes and 13 seconds, but
Caruso goes to the rim and finishes with the left hand.
he's going to end up with 40 before the night's over.
37. 64-61 inside of 2 minutes to go in OT.
I haven't seen much Messiah lately.
Here he is with the ball. Going to pull up for 3 off the dribble and knock it down.
See, look at that. You mentioned it. Bang, it happens.
Messiah.
4, right? 4
Yep.
threes? Wow,
4
what a game.
three-pointers.
What a game.
And 14 points. 64 all. Caruso to the rim. Gets the layup.
Yeah, that's where you got to put somebody down. They took how many charges in the first half? In this second half, they haven't really.
Timeout, Coach Boulay.
They would have had somebody help defense, right? We always talk about help defense. Don't chase your man around, right? Don't chase. Ball goes to one side of the floor, all the way to the middle. Don't worry about that long lob pass. Help side defense, and that wouldn't happen.
Caruso, 39 points tonight. He has done it in a variety of ways, whether getting to the rim off the dribble, as we just saw, or from three-point land where he's connected on 6 made threes. He's also added to his total at the free throw line tonight as well. All in all, 39 for one of the greatest scorers really in school history.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, if you look up on the board, right, he's the only male 1,000-point scorer here.
Yep.
And Nashua. The other 2 are female players. I don't think there's any other banners lurking in the area, but I was trying to saw that earlier, and I was like, wow. The only male 1,000-point scorer. He's adding to his total. He probably finished the year with, 1,600 points? I don't know what he has now, but
as a 3-year starter, he was a first-team All-State selection a year ago. And he has been outstanding tonight.
He has.
With 39 points, yet Keene continues to hang around. Blackbirds with the ball, trailing by 2, coming out of the timeout. Game clock down to 1:15 to go here in OT. Hennessy to the rim. He's got 20 of his own for Keene.
He just forced that and said, you know what? You better stop me because I'm going all the way to the basket. I'm putting my head down, and you're going to have to foul me to stop me.
Blackbirds a bit short-handed as well, down 2 of their top 6 players lost due to foul trouble tonight.
Now let's watch the help defense in the middle of the floor. Right, if Caruso decides to drive yet again.
Instead, he decides to pull up for 3, and it's a miss. Rebound, Hennessy.
Hennessy has been
big stop there for Keene. Here's Gus Smith, steps into the lane, little floater, no. Offensive rebound, ends back up with Messiah, ventures into the lane. Now back for Abbott, who pulls it back out with a behind-the-back dribble. We're down to 30 seconds here at OT.
Smart play.
Still tied at 66.
Now maybe you call timeout here and you take the last shot, right? I don't know how many timeouts Coach has left, but I'm calling timeout when I get to about 15.
And we're at 15 here. Messiah's got the basketball.
There it is.
And there is the timeout from Coach Boulay. It comes with 14.3 seconds remaining.
So close.
Keene hoping to win it on the road to improve to 3-1 and hand Nashua South their first loss. South hoping for a stop and maybe a second overtime session. Either way, before we leave tonight, Justin, we're going to speak with the winning head coach live here.
As we do.
Courtside, as we always do. So stay tuned for that. Plus a look at the out-of-town scoreboard on a busy Friday night to kick off the month of January. Some good games are coming down to the wire elsewhere tonight as well. So we'll get a look at that. That's all on the way, coming up immediately whenever this game does come to a conclusion.
You know, you still attack at 10. I don't know how many timeouts Nashua South has left, but you attack at 10. That way it doesn't give them many options to score if you miss or make. Doesn't matter what happens. But the foul situation is interesting as well. So if you foul now, Nashua does, and it's going to be, if you foul on the floor, it's a 1-and-1, right? Because they got to get to 5. But you don't want to foul on the shot because you don't want it to be a three-point play situation either.
Yeah, I think you just play straight-up defense here.
Yeah, straight-up defense, but I mean, just saying you don't want to foul, even mistakenly, playing good defense, right? You want to play good defense, avoid fouling. See what they do. They have a play called out or not.
Down to 10 seconds. Messiah looks at the clock. The senior with the basketball.
One-on-one.
Looks to attack the defender trip. He's going to pull up instead. Three-pointer is off target. Loose ball in the lane, and a timeout is going to be granted to Nashua South. Well, apparently the rebound was secured somewhere there in the crowd.
Yeah, somebody
A timeout comes from the home sideline just in time. 0.7 on the clock. Nashua South with the basketball.
You know, if you are a coach.
It's Caruso. No, it was Stavelli.
Stavelli. That was a good rebound.
Stavelli with the rebound. And then an immediate timeout from longtime head coach Nate Mazzarol. They're going to add some time to the clock as well. 1.8 seconds now remaining.
Not much time because you got to take the ball out from the baseline, but you still can get a shot off. Now, if I'm Keene, though, that was not the shot you want. You want attack the basket. Why? So you can get a foul and a layup. You don't just pull up for a three and say, okay. You attack the basket. I don't care what team you are. I don't care what level you are. Tie game, that much time left, you attack the basket. Or you attack the basket and you kick it to somebody. You don't dribble a few times and chuck a three.
All right, let's see what Keene, or rather Nashua South, can do here with the basketball.
Well,
they've got to go 94 feet here.
Guard Caruso, right?
With 1.8 seconds remaining, Tripp will be the inbounder. The defender on him is Gus Smith, the junior. They launch a pass down the middle. It's taken off the dribble by Hennessy.
Oh, no.
He gets
Oh, no.
the half-court
Oh, no.
heave, and it's just short.
Oh, I thought it went in.
He had the line,
Oh, no.
but left it just short. So we head to another overtime session here at the Belanger Gymnasium. Double OT in Nashua. 66-66. And we need another 4-minute session to settle this one.
We do. And, here's a good opportunity, though, for both teams to learn from little mistakes they made in that overtime. Nashua South did a pretty good job in that overtime. I think Keene just got some, timely shots and one-on-one, put my head down and go. So what do you do differently this time? If you have the ball at the end of the game, you attack the basket and you score. Nashua South, we want to try and get the ball to our scorer, take advantage of that, get him at the free throw line, get free throws, and try and get ahead early, quickly, and win the game now at home and be done with it. Just get up by 6 and be done. Not have to worry anymore. Easier said than done, Nick. Easier said
Absolutely. These two teams been well matched tonight. Halftime seemed like South was in control, a 31-20 lead at the break.
They were.
Keene came back, pulled within 3 at the end of the third quarter, and then tied this game the final minute of regulation. And now still tied, 66 apiece with overtime number 2 set to tip off.
It's funny that we jump ball still in overtime, but we never jump ball ever except in the beginning of the game. It just cracks me up.
No, Keene likes it. They're going to win the tap as Messiah gets to it in the backcourt. Again, you hear the chant of defense coming from the south sideline. They've been active tonight. Bench trying to cheer on the defensive effort. Keene, they've been patient tonight. And they're patient here on their opening trip in double OT. Off the deflection, outlet pass intercepted. Taken away. Here's Caruso off balance. Layup attempt won't go. Messiah on the glass for Keene.
Tough layup. That's a tough shot. Good defense by Keene.
First 40 seconds of double OT are scoreless. Messiah on the low block. Kicks it back out to Smith. Ready on the wing is Abbott. That 3 is short. Caruso another rebound. Look at the power out of the crowd. Had it slapped away from behind. Stolen by Abbott. Back and forth we go. Abbott with the leaner is going to put the Blackbirds out in front.
The sideways leaning floater. Caruso not happy. Thought he got fouled.
Abbott with 13 for Keene.
Fatigue is setting in. If you look at Caruso, you look at some of the other guys, fatigue is setting in. We have 2. Keene has the younger Fontaine, who looks pretty fresh. Everybody else.
It's been a pretty short rotation for both teams.
Oh, yeah, both teams. Keene's only, I think, played,
There's Tripp inside, going to lower the shoulder, but can't bank it. Rebound for Fontaine on his way to the ground. That's Reese Fontaine, a key rebound. And now Keene going to pump the brakes. 2:20 on this overtime clock, and a 2-point lead for the Blackbirds in hand.
Right now they have the lead. Let's see if they run. Okay, run some offense around for a while. Take a really good shot.
Instead, Abbott jacks a 3. Won't go. Caruso, another rebound, his 9th tonight for Nashua South to go with 39 points, a game high. Here he comes again down the lane, and this time the foul comes against the defense in the paint. Reese Fontaine tried to draw the charge. The youngster knocked down, but the officials slap him with a moving foul.
Yeah, he wasn't
a blocking foul.
He wasn't there.
It's his second.
But if you're Keene right now, too, you don't want to shoot threes. You don't have to shoot threes, right? Move the ball around and say, now if I'm coach, I'm going to say, what do you want to tell? Move the ball around until you get a layup. We're ahead. Why am I shooting threes? We're ahead. I would tell that to Nashua South. They get ahead, move the ball around until you get a layup.
It's an even 40 tonight for Caruso with the made free throw. He's now knocked down 4 in a row.
I'm running out of room on my free throw stat section.
Can he get one more to tie it? He will. 68 all. 41 points tonight for Caruso. Messiah. And pull it out. Stavelli, the defender, comes near side now for Hennessy.
You can be patient. Again, patient, looking for good shots.
Fade, blocked by Karavanich, but recovered by Hennessy. Going to pull it out now. 90 seconds to go. On the attack again, to his left. Right-hand shot won't go. Keene wanted to foul. He won't get it. Karavanich, another block and rebound.
He probably did get fouled, but you can't get them all, right? But it was a
Caruso
bad, tough
for
shot.
3. In and out from straightaway. Smith the rebound and a foul in the backcourt as Smith is knocked down.
That's free throws for Keene. Not a great shot on this end either by Caruso. But look, fatigue. Guys are on their kneesels. We call those kneesels. Right? Guys are tired. They're bending over. Might want to take another timeout, right? You have one. Take it.
A lot of minutes long tonight for these kids.
Well, think about it. Keene has only played, I think,
seven,
seven,
I think.
Seven maybe, and Nashua South has played, I think, 7. And
Free throw, no good there for Smith.
Maybe 6. DePaulo played about 30 seconds. That was about it. And you had Rodriguez in the game. So, yeah, they played 7. Played 7 guys, both teams.
One more for Smith. In and out, no good. The game remains tied as Karavanich clears the window.
So he missed both of those.
A costly empty trip for Keene.
Well, and why was that 2 shots? It was only 5. No, man, I'm
down
so
to 1 minute.
Why am I confused? 2 shots, but it was falling to the 5th foul. Maybe in overtime, once you get to 5, it goes to 2 shots.
South going to pull it out. Now Tripp hits the gas. Karavanich in the corner.
All right, don't foul. Just play good defense.
Now Cloud, the point guard, puts it on his hip. 40 seconds to go.
Just deny Caruso the ball and let him catch it.
Messiah face guarding Caruso on the weak side.
That's what he's doing. Don't let him catch the ball. Where's the help?
30
Where's
seconds.
the help?
Cloud to the rim, runs out of room. Loose
Nothing
ball
there.
goes to Keene. Quick outlet. Messiah, eye on the rim, flushes it down.
The Messiah.
And Keene, just like that, is going to take a 2-point lead here with 21.7 seconds remaining.
The Messiah with another dunk.
Well, they get the stop, Justin. They get the outlet pass immediately. As we get another look, there's the outlet from Hennessy that springs Messiah. 2 big steps towards the cup, and his second dunk of the night. Right now is the difference. It's 70-68.
And you know, Coach Mazerolle and the Nashua South faithful wanted a foul on that last call, but he got caught in the air and he had nowhere to go. Now, if he would have shot that, right, might have got called, might have been a foul, but he tried to pass it. So all of a sudden, everybody's hands change. They're here. He's here, throws the ball, nothing there. Didn't get hit much, so.
Pretty good collective team defensive effort there for Keene to force the turnover. And then, again, the fast break has been a weapon for both teams tonight. The transition opportunity created there springs the layup.
Wizard, yeah. See, you want a foul. As a coach, you want that foul. Look at that wide open, though. That's fatigue, Nick. As we watch on the replay, nobody's back, right? Lemire's the only one back. That is complete fatigue. Going, man, I can't get back. You know what? We're going to have to give up that layup, or in this case, the Messiah dunk. And there's 2 tonight. Hit the subscribe button. We have 2 dunks tonight, people.
Yeah,
2 of them.
It's been fun tonight, for sure. This one has remained close here in double OT. Still 21.7 seconds remaining. Still enough time for Nashua South. They have the basketball. They inbound in the backcourt to Lemire. Hands over
press.
now to Tripp. The forward will bring it into the front court. Down to 15 seconds. Keene in a man-to-man. Tripp still with the dribble.
Just not fouling.
Finds
right?
Lemire on the wing. Down to 10 seconds. They look for Caruso. He catches up top. He fires a 3. Line drive miss. Loose ball in the lane. Collected by Keene. And a foul in the backcourt is going to knock Hennessy to the ground with 1.5 seconds remaining.
What a play. What a good rebound. Tried to force a 3, a one-legged 3, too. That was a tough shot by Caruso, but a great rebound. I believe Hennessy grabbed that rebound. Hey, he's been great in the second half.
He has. He was scoreless in the first half. Hard to believe.
Man.
For a player of his caliber. Really turned it on in the third quarter and has been stuck in automatic, so to speak, ever since. As you see, they're able to secure it and then draw the foul with 1.5 remaining. Foul is on Karavanich. That is his third. And again, it's double bonus for both teams. This free throw is short.
Short. He's making up for the fact that he missed that wide open layup. He's got to make this one just to make sure you don't get a win or a three-pointer for a win. I don't know if Coach Masro is going to take a timeout here at the buzzer or on the made free throw.
Free throw, no good. Offensive rebound for Smith, and that'll do it.
Well,
in double overtime, Keene able to survive. 70-68 is the final. They hand Nashua South their first loss of the season. Coming up, we speak live with Coach Ray Boulay next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Well, 70-68 ends up being the final score. Keene in double OT gets it done for the second time this season. They survive an overtime affair. We welcome in Ray Boulay. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Fun stuff tonight, right?
It
and
was.
You got to be proud of the way that your guys carried through in the end.
Oh, definitely, yes. Especially, being down 11 at halftime, missing a couple guys, just having the resilience to stay calm and trust the process of we've been there before and we know we can come back and
Was
win.
that basically the message at halftime?
Yes, and especially last year we were down 20-something at this place and came back and won. So it was another thing we've been through in this gym versus this team. So it's something we kind of came back on.
Yeah. Coach, you bring back a number of pieces from a pretty good team to begin with last year at 11-7. Now, with this victory tonight, 3-1, a lot of experience, a lot of length, frankly, from a physical perspective. Is this, you think, the deepest roster you've had? And what are the expectations here moving forward for this club?
Yeah, especially as a third-year varsity coach, it's definitely my deepest roster. In previous years as an assistant, I would compare it to the Noah Timmer, Liam Johnston group. But as a varsity coach, it's definitely my deepest group. And for expectations, we want to make the playoffs. We want a home playoff game. But you want to win a state championship.
Ultimately,
yes.
Well, it was a really fun game to watch, right? Curious, though, at the end, kind of in the first overtime, I wanted to ask you a question. What did you tell them in the first overtime when you guys had the ball, right? You had the ball and you had the last shot with Messiah taking essentially the last shot. What did you tell them? Because we always talk about what we think should happen. What did you want them to do with that last possession in that first overtime?
Yeah, I wanted us to attack a little more and not settle. But getting a shot I'll take over not getting a shot at the end of the game. But no, we definitely wanted to try to get Javon penetrating into the defense, and because he's such a good penetrator, we were anticipating them collapsing on him, and maybe we could get a kick out. And if they didn't, hopefully Javon could use his length and athleticism and finish.
And we were curious too. Where was Hennessy in the first half? Because in the second half, he was the game MVP.
Yeah, no, we had to do some housekeeping things, and we got to learn some lessons along the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was that.
No, that's all we need to hear about that, because you won the turnover battle, you won the rebounding battle, you lost the free throw battle, but you won the 3-point battle. So you did all those good things, and what are you going to tell your guys afterward in the locker room after this game's over?
Well, hey, great win. Way to stay with it. But I think if you look at most of our games, our second quarters are terrible. We come out pretty hot, and then we always have an awful second quarter all season. So that's going to be the main point, and still taking care of the ball and rebounding.
Yeah. Good stuff tonight, Coach.
Yeah,
impressive victory for sure. And best of luck moving forward. I'm sure we'll see you again.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
Good luck.
We love
Good
the
luck.
coverage
Good
you
luck.
guys do. You guys do a great job.
Well, thank you, Coach.
Yes, thank
Congratulations.
you.
Again,
Fun
that's
game.
Keene head coach Ray Boulay following a 70-68 victory. Good team effort from his guys. We mentioned Fitch Hennessy, 20 points all after halftime. Also finished with 5 rebounds. Had help from Kaysen Abbott. 4 made threes tonight. 13 points. Gus Smith chipped in with a team-high 9 rebounds. And, of course, on the other side for Nashua South, tough to swallow if you're Josh Caruso. 43 points tonight in the home opener for the senior, but it's not enough as his team falls by 2 in double OT.
Well, you look at the box scores, right? You look at Keene's box scores, and they had more players involved. You look at the Nashua South, you have 43, and then we don't have anybody else, at least as far as I can tell right now, they got over 10.
Well, you had Josh Tripp with 11.
So Tripp's the only one,
11
right?
for Tripp
So they
to go with
didn't
6
spread it
rebounds,
out and get as many contributions from everybody else. I'd like to see Caravanek get more shots. I'd like to see some other guys get more shots. Now, Caruso played well. He played great. He did everything he could. He had to do to keep him in the game, right? That's kind of what he did. If he doesn't get 43, they lose by 10.
Right.
He has to get that many points to keep him in the game. I get that. But you'd like to see other guys get involved as well. So you hope going forward that, they understand how to spread the ball around and find ways to score other than just say, you know what, Caruso will bail us out, so we'll go with that.
Speaking of coming up, Nashua South will look to rebound on the road at Alvern Friday night at 7 o'clock. Keene returns to Keene to play host to Goffstown. That's also
should be a good game.
7 o'clock game. Other scores tonight. First Friday night in January. Looks like a big win brewing for Trinity. Pioneers looking to stay officially unbeaten, leading by 40 after the third quarter.
Who are they playing tonight?
73 to 33 over Dover.
Wow.
Through 3 quarters. Exeter having a big night as well. Blue Hawks 58, Concord 38. That's a final. So congratulations to Coach Holmes and the Blue Hawks. And North with a comfortable lead right now over Bishop Girton, fresh off a holiday tournament win. Nashua North leading 48-32 over BG.
Big lead.
After 3. By the way, Tuesday, coming up, we will be in Derry, an old rivalry renewed. It's Pinkerton and Bedford. Coming up, early start on Tuesday. 6 o'clock is the tip. Our coverage begins at 5:45 Eastern time.
Old guys get tired. We got to go to bed a little earlier. So 6 o'clock that's a good thing.
There you go. Want to thank Lisa Gingras, Coach Mazzarol, her staff here at Nashua South. Always a pleasure for us to work with them, and they made it look easy. Nice floor-side seat for us here.
This is great.
Tonight in the corner, so we appreciate Lisa.
Thank you.
And, of course, our friends over at ETV as well, sharing the spotlight with us here at Belanger Gymnasium. Want to thank our dual videographers tonight, John Barron, Matt Beals, bang-up job as always, and, of course, the whole thing orchestrated flawlessly by the man behind the curtain, the wizard of replay, Ben Beals.
He's somewhere.
Back in the Beals Insurance Studios. For executive producer, Steve Beals, and my partner, Justin Gorham. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time in double overtime. Keene 70, Nashua South 68. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.